What's up, ghosties? Welcome to tonight's video, which is a topic video. I have a topic to talk about with you guys tonight. I think it's very interesting. I've mentioned it a few times on my channel. I haven't really gone in depth with it. I may have even talked about it on a live stream, but we're going to be talking about tulpas tonight. Now, if you don't know what a tulpa is, don't worry. We're going to dive deep into it. I'm going to explain it, tell you what it's all about. But first, I want to say, if things look a little different, I'm sorry. I'm trying like different lighting and filming setups and different, like my microphone's right here, and I don't know. I'm trying to find a new way to film in this room. Ever since I took my old set down, I've been trying to find something that I really like. So far, I haven't found it. Also, if you aren't already, you should go follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. The links are down below, so you can just, click it and get right to my profile. I stay more up to date on my Twitter than anything else. I'm always posting where I'm going, what I'm doing, what videos are coming next, when videos are coming out, because we all know that we cannot rely on this platform to notify people when videos are out, because for some reason, YouTube just can't get that down. So if you want to stay up to date on when my videos are coming out, follow me on Twitter, because that's where I'm the most active. Maybe too active. I don't know. I stayed away from doing sit-down videos for a while because I feel like I film better when I'm being more spontaneous or just filming off the cuff, like when I'm out on a location, just saying whatever I feel in the moment. Whereas when I'm doing sit-down videos, I feel like my words get twisted and jumbled a lot, and the words don't come out right, and sometimes I feel like I don't hit all the points that I want to hit in a video, and so I was just getting kind of sick of doing them for a while. But now that I'm sitting here and doing one again, I kind of feel like I missed it. I kind of like it a little bit, and it gives me a chance to be a little bit more personal and chat with you guys a bit while I'm filming it. Whereas when I'm on location, I feel like it's very down to business. I gotta film everything that I want to film, get all the investigation that I want to investigate in, so that I make the most of it. And here I'm just like, take your time, girl. So tonight we're going to be talking about tulpas. I have my handy dandy little notebook here. It's a Haunted Mansion notebook because I can't remember anything, so I write notes on my videos. So we're going to be talking about tulpas, and they are this mystical entity, and the best way that I can describe it is it's this entity that you create within your mind, and it manifests as its own being or alien or entity within your consciousness. Does that make sense at all? I guess another easy way to explain it is it's a more powerful imaginary friend. So this tulpa or thing that you create within your mind, it develops its own personality and behaviors, and sometimes can act without your, without you wanting it to. Which almost kind of sounds like dissociative identity disorder, which is, well, that's what it's called now. It used to be called multiple personality disorder. But it sounds a lot like that when you think about it. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, okay, that's great, Tulpa. Why are you talking about this? You're a paranormal channel. You're a scary, haunted channel. What does this have to do with you? Well, I was sitting down and I was thinking that maybe some of these creatures that people are experiencing are actually tulpas. I'll get more into that in a minute, whether it's in their heads or actually a physical being. But just maybe some of these paranormal things that people are trying to run around and catch on film, maybe they're actually tulpas. Bear with me. So let's start at the beginning, which is, how is this tulpa created? Now, I am not a professional in this field. I'm not an expert on tulpas, but from what I read, it seems like a lot of them are created from a lot of meditation. And when I say meditation, I mean meditation specifically for creating this entity within your consciousness. So to do this during your meditations, you would think about this entity that you want to have. You would think about its physical look, its personality, its intentions. Is it there just for companionship, whatever it may be? And these thoughts that you have, You have to meditate on them and think of them over and over and over until this, I don't even know how to say it, until this being forms its own person in your head. See, this is fucking why I don't like I just said I was excited to do a sit down video, and now halfway in, not even halfway in, a quarter of the way in, I'm like, God damn it, I can't just say shit the way I want to say it. It's like it's in here, but as soon as I try to bring it out here to tell you guys, it's a block. But like I was saying, meditation is one way to create this tulpa within your mind, and another way is repetition. So just thinking about this creature or entity that you want over and over and over within your head. So once this tulpa is created, it exists within your consciousness. It is its own entity. It has its own thoughts, behaviors. Like I said, it's its own in here. But can it get strong enough to manifest itself? Can your mind be strong enough to actually physically manifest the being or alien that you created within your head? This is some fucking far out shit. This is like mind-blowing stuff. I don't know if it's quite possible for that to happen, for your brain to physically manifest something, but I don't know. I'll bring it up in just a second. There's another point that I want to touch on. So if you're creating this tulpa, this entity within your head, some people say, or some more expert people in this field say that this entity, if you give it permission, it can control your body or take over your body for a period of time. So now this kind of makes me think, is this when we see possessions? Here's something interesting to think about. People that have stories or have experienced demonic possession, are these possession stories that we hear actually due to tulpas? And that tulpa being a demon that this person created within their mind and now has been able to take control of their body, whether they have given them permission or not. Because like I was telling you guys before, this tulpa has its own personality, its own behaviors. So if it's able to develop this negative or demonic space within your brain and it starts to manifest itself through your body, I mean, is that what we see when we see possession cases? Because if you remember, we said that tulpas are created by repetition, constantly thinking about something within your brain, thinking about its features, its behaviors, its personality. So what if this thing that you're constantly thinking about is a demon? What if for weeks or months or years, you're thinking about this demon within your head, giving it its own personality? Does it then become a tulpa or an entity within your mind that now is able to manifest itself by taking control of your body? I mean, because a lot of times when you're seeing demonic possession cases, it happens within individuals or family units that are very religious for the most part. A lot of times for my research purposes, when I have read about when I've read about demonic possession cases, it's always people that have had a lot of faith within the church. And if you have a lot of faith within the church, you usually learn a lot about demons and the devil and hell, because it's this opposite part of God and heaven and all that stuff. Like I said, not an expert. I've never gone to church before. I don't subscribe to that, but I'm just thinking here. And now throwing it to the other end of the spectrum, since we are creating a demon in your head and it's manifesting as a possession, what about the people that say or claim that they hear the voice of God? Now, is that a tulpa they've created within their head after hearing so many stories about this God or whatever higher power, whatever you want to call it? Do they create this entity within their head, which then manifests itself as its own entity and is talking to them? Mic drop. Don't come for me, religious people. I'm not saying that that's what happens, that you're only talking to yourself in your head or to Tulpa. I'm not saying that. I'm just throwing out ideas here. I'm just thinking out loud. Now let's go further and talk about something that I mentioned earlier, and is it able for a Tulpa, or is it able for your brain to physically create or manifest the creature that you've been thinking of? Is this where cryptids and mythical creatures come from? So I made a little list of some cryptids and creepypastas and urban legends and stuff like that, but the Jersey Devil, Slender Man, Lizard People, Black-Eyed Kids, Mothman, Dover Demon, are these physical manifestations of people's ideas or creatures that they've made up in their head? I don't know. I don't know if our brain has that much power to create these entities, but if just one person's brain doesn't have enough energy to create these, what if mass amounts of people thinking about these creatures has the ability to manifest them physically? Slenderman is a perfect example. He is a creature that so many people have learned about over the years now, and so many people have put so much thought, power, emotion behind this made-up entity. I think our brains are a lot more powerful than we think. Take, for example, the emotion fear. When we are scared, we physically manifest symptoms of that emotion. Your pupils dilate, your heart races, it's harder to breathe, you start sweating, your thoughts are racing. It's your brain, just from an emotion, create these physical symptoms. So if a bunch of people put fear into a creature, can the mass thoughts of people physically manifest it? Like I was saying, I'm not sure if our brains and thoughts are powerful enough to create these creatures, but it's happened in movies time and time again. Although they don't call them tulpas in movies, it still happens. So a movie that I think represents a tulpa the best is The Bye-Bye Man. I mean, the key phrase in the movie is, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it. And because if you get this idea or thought in your head, it's like a seed that grows and grows and grows until it's able to manifest itself and they kill you. But now I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on tulpas. Do you think it's possible for us to create an entity within our head that can exist and have its own personality and behaviors, an entity of itself within your own consciousness? Do you think it's possible that a figure like Slenderman can be created by mass amounts of people fearing it or thinking about it? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a topic that I think is very, very fascinating. I know it's not like a haunted video or anything like that, but I like to talk about all things paranormal, and I think this is one of those things that fits within the paranormal realm, even though it's not, you know, a ghost per se. And if you did like this video, make sure and show it by giving it a like. If you're new, you should hit that subscribe button. And if this is the first video you're seeing of me, I do some videos like this where I sit down and talk about topics, but I also go to a lot of very haunted and creepy locations. So if you want to see more of that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and go follow me on Twitter if you want to. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.